Greetings viewers, it's Shimon again, and I welcome you again to Vampire Therapist. Last time I mentioned some system failures, and yeah, since my computer was fully kitted out for preparing LARPs, playing music, running RPGs, yeah, not electronics RPGs, the PDF reading kind, I didn't really handle recording and playing at the same time very well. So, here we go. Sam has watched some classic Nosferatu and now he's ready to stay asleep. Oh, wonderful. He stopped right before a loading screen. In the new song.
Samuel, good evening. I hope you slept well.
No, let's see what the diary says about sleeping well. April 11th, 2024. Phew, what a day. I made it to 80s clubs in Leipzig. Folks here are real nice. A couple of gods were real friendly. They got a darn tootin' bartender and even a friendly greeter. Bert. Mm. He don't talk much, but I can tell he's an prospective sort. Now Andy, that's one hell of a vampire. He's just got his presence. You can tell he's 3000 and that's freaky as heck, but he makes you feel at home. Not naked. Yeah, I don't know how else to describe it. Oh, and I went to a kink room. Yeah, some walls. Kink room. My big brother would have gotten a kick out of that one. I ain't gonna write about it here. I should get some sleep in. This fancy coffin Andy lent me anyway. Well, let's see if this kicks us in the algorithmic ways or not. I heard there is something about words and blacklists. Ah, how very reminiscent of everything of these ages.
Like the dead, as they say.
I was hoping to save you some breakfast, but I've already sent them on their way.
Oh well.
Oh, that's all right. I'm still pretty full from last night. Them goth types were practically throwing themselves at me.
I am not surprised. Perhaps I should be concerned that some of my guests will follow you home.
Oh yeah.
Well, gosh, if I still had mortal circulation, I'd be blushing.
Why are you so embarrassed, Samuel?
That's a good question. He's almost 100-year-old vampire. He should be used to this now.
Ah, hell. Guess we should just save it for therapy, huh? We gonna get started now?
If you like.
Why not? I'm eager to get going. Let loose, Doc.
Very well. Let's start with the first question any therapist asks then. What brought you to me? Why is becoming a therapist so important to you?
That is a good question.
Well, gosh, I remember what it was like, being all angry, hungry, and scared all the time. It ain't no way to live.
Yep. That's unpleasant.
When I see vampires acting the way I used to, I just need to show them there's more to unlife.
And why is that up to you?
I'm still thinking what clans they would be. For some reason, Sam strikes me like a very intriguing Malkavian. Andromachos, on the other hand, I'm not sure yet.
You, of all people, know how lost our kind can be. Preying on the weak, dating mortal high schoolers.
Oh. That very cheesy story. Like, yeah, gotta be honest, I did read a bit through Twilight when it was coming out. It was too sweet. Like, you like chocolate, chocolate's good. You like cream, cream's good. You might even like sugar. But put them all together and then add some more toppings and it was too sweet.
I've got to make them see their potential. That's what I'm here for. I know it.
That is a lot of responsibility to place on yourself.
Hmm?
You got a funny look in your eye. Am I doing one of them distortion things?
You are most perceptive, yes, Perhaps you can tell me what it is. When you say you are here to make vampires see the world differently, in what way are you distorting reality?
Trying to control everything?
Well, I guess that's a control fallacy, right? I can't assume I'll be able to help other vampires the way I was helped.
Very good, Samuel. Control fallacies are hard to avoid when one feels strongly about something. Your fate is not to transform every vampire you ever meet, even those who are your clients.
Alright.
You will do what you can do, and that is enough.
That's a healthy outlook. Yeah, that's actually...
But I am eager to learn how you develop this desire to help our kin find a different way of thinking.
Oh, this is gonna be interesting. Let's see.
Well, like I told you when I first V-mailed you, I was a real nasty son of a bitch when I first became a vampire.
The emails are still like getting to me. Like, I remember playing a lot with Shreknet, but we never used the word Vmail.
When I look back and see what a no-account piece of shit I was, I ain't nothing but embarrassed. It all seems pretty stupid to me now. Here we are living forever and all we can do is kill? It's the dumbest thing I ever did here.
Oh yeah, very anime pose.
I am going to stop you for a moment. Stupid, no account piece of shit, nasty son of a bitch, dumbest thing.
Oh yeah, we are in 6 minutes and we already have swear words. Yeah, not kids-friendly game this one, but a very good one, very nice one.
Do you hear the way you are talking about yourself?
This is gonna get taken out of context now. Yeah, the context is you should not be speaking ill of yourself, not speaking ill of the dead.
With respect, sir, I earned all them names. I killed women and children. Half the ghost towns out west are my doing. I didn't think of nobody but myself.
Pretend you are my therapist. If I sat here and called myself a no-account piece of shit, what would you tell me?
I'd say you were doing some labeling. And I guess I'd tell you to look at yourself a little more kindly.
Extend the same compassion to yourself then, Samuel. How are you to move on from being a nasty son of a bitch if you are labeling yourself?
No?
If you wish to be a guide to other vampires, you must start with compassion for them and for yourself. So, now that you've gotten all that horrible name-calling out of the way, please tell me, how did you find your sense of purpose?
Well, I was on the run, you see. The Wild West was ending and the Pinkertons were starting to get the better of my gang.
Oh yeah. Pinkertons, if you don't know your history, were bounty hunters slash lawyers. Very interesting. Also very unkind.
I went into hiding and found a strange group of folks out in the country. They knew I was an outlaw right away, but they didn't judge me for it. They didn't even care that I was a vampire. They welcomed me like a friend, even shared their blood with me.
Mm-hmm.
They taught me how to appreciate the beauty of the night, and I started seeing things I'd never noticed before.
Interesting. Who were these people?
They taught me my letters, philosophy, and how to question things instead of being scared of them.
Yeah, that's what we learned last time, but who?
I think about them every day of my own life. They somehow freed themselves of all the judgments of the time and were better off for it.
These must have been the 19th century American transcendentalists, yes?
Alright.
Yes, sir. I'm glad I died when I did, because their like just don't exist no more.
The pre-thinkers running away from the classic time, let's call it.
Once my community died out, I started walking. That was something else they taught me how to do. There ain't nothing like having a walk and a think.
That also works.
I walked in nature for about 90 years and just took in all the grace and beauty of my country. I guess I was kind of selfish, though. I should have been helping other vampires the way the Transcendentalists helped me.
Why?
Well, sometimes such a simple question can lead places.
Why waste 90 years walking when I should have been helping others? Seems pretty obvious to me. I could have done a lot of good in that time.
But your should turns that which you could find fulfilling into a duty. You create an extrinsic motivator. Should statements are another cognitive distortion, something created by your own mind. Nature asks almost nothing of you.
Hmm. Good statements. Sometimes we judge others and ourselves with arbitrary rules on how things should be. And then we get hopping mad when our expectations ain't met. Good statements can put a lot of pressure on us, but there ain't too many universal rules. Heck, we should probably be dead because our hearts ain't beating, but it seems that ain't true. Examples. I am a vampire. I should live in a castle. When you're in a gang, the gang needs to be your family and no one else. A cowboy must never show fear. Yep. Okay. Learning things.
Even if your should comes from a place of good, it creates undue pressure.
Alright.
And what do we do once we are pressured? We resent the shoulds. We procrastinate. And as you know, we have a lot of time to procrastinate.
Yeah. Procrastination ain't no good.
You got that right. Why do today what you could do next century?
Exactly. Should statements remove the intrinsic joy from that which you find fulfilling?
Hold on though. Ain't there some things we really should do?
I'm still thinking about the taking away the joy from the things we enjoy. Yeah, that is actually a very good point.
Of course, there are things we must do, but nature herself tells us what they are. We invent the rest. Here, let me give you an exercise. Listen closely. See whether you can find the should statement that is a distortion. I should go to the vampire dentist. You know what they say. If you have bad fangs, you get bad blood.
No, that's okay.
I should drink blood today.
Alright.
I should take my blood partner Crimson out on a date.
Saying you should take Crimson out on a date is a should statement. You've turned something you want to do into something you have to do.
Yep.
That's right, Samuel. You know, I couldn't be more pleased with you. Your time in nature was clearly well spent.
Well, thanks, I suppose. But if you don't mind my saying so, I hope you're treating that mortal lady right.
Thank you. Please, ask her yourself. I imagine she would share her blood with you. You look like her type.
Hmm. So you're open blood partners, and she apparently can generate a lot of blood. Oh boy, there used to be a married like this in the older rules of Vampire. It used to be a fountain of youth. It was, well, or a fountain of life. It basically gave you better healing, but it comboed very well if you played like combined Chronicle. But yeah, outside of that, it was detrimental because you had other powers for that, and having multitudes of the same thing with not increasing returns, it's just a bunch of bookkeeping with no good game design behind it.
Hold on. I've only been in Europe for a couple of days. I ain't gonna go after my teacher's girlfriend.
She does what she wishes, and that is why I chose her as my blood partner. Samuel, even if it beats no longer, you have a good heart. I think you will be an excellent therapist.
Okay.
So far, that good heart of mine hasn't amounted to much, but I'm willing to give it my best shot.
You are uncomfortable with praise, aren't you, Samuel? Every time I say something positive, you find a way to negate it.
I just don't think I should be doing any bragging. I spent my first 50 years killing. I spent the next 90 walking in the woods. I've tried to walk a better path since then, but I ain't no saint, Auntie.
I did not say you were. Having met several so-called saints, I can attest that none of them were either.
Okay.
I understand your discomfort, Samuel. I, too, have done terrible things that I cannot erase. But is erasing the good I have done worthwhile?
Well, I guess when you put it like that, it sounds kind of silly.
It's another cognitive distortion, one that mortal psychologists call disqualifying the positive.
Disqualifying the positive. On account of the nasty stuff I've done, I can feel like a real good for nothing sometimes. But that's disqualifying the positive, cancelling out the good and leaving the bad. It ain't a distortion to see the positive in yourself or in a situation. That's just being honest. Example. The three stooges just smack each other in the head a bunch, though I still like 'em. Yeah, I guess I can turn into a bat, but any vampire with their fangs can do that. She rescued a kitten, but she drinks mortal blood every night. So one good deed means nothing. Well, we have learned two things here. First is that all vampires in this universe have protein on decent levels that they can turn fully into bats. And secondly, that I might be having this disqualifying the positive thinking I should think about. That's a should statement. Anyway. Yeah, you know what I'm getting at.
I understand that the actions of your past are difficult to bear, but what we are here to do is accept reality, with both its positive and negative aspects.
Exactly. This is what I was looking for. Like, accept reality.
I am not saying that you should disqualify your negative actions, but merely note when you disqualify the positive ones. Let us try an exercise. See whether you can challenge me when I disqualify my positive deeds.
Alright.
I am Andromachos, one of the most powerful vampires alive. Before I became the vampire I am now, I did exceptionally terrible things. I have defiled the innocent. I have killed countless people.
Ain't you discounting the fact that you probably killed a lot of bad people too?
I did, but I still have not distorted reality. Listen carefully.
Ah, okay. Is it just me, or are some of the lines just the last word is sort of faded out? Well, doesn't matter. Overall, the quality of the game is very nice.
The good I now do pales in comparison to the evil I have done.
This is the one.
That's the one. You're literally disqualifying the positive by comparing it to the evil stuff you done.
Well done, Samuel. I believe the recognition of this distortion will serve you well when you start to see clients tomorrow.
Tomorrow?
Whoa, tomorrow? I only just started learning these here cognitive distortion things.
I will, of course, be with you. You needn't worry. I can sense your instincts and will help you.
Okay.
But tomorrow, I just don't feel ready yet.
My friend, we are never truly ready. But if it would ease your concerns, we can practice with further examples. Would that be helpful to you?
But you know what? No, I think I have a pretty good hang on this. Like, will there be funny? No, I don't think. The game has not been pulling jokes on me so far. It's been pretty serious, down to earth. I like it.
I think I'm good.
All right, Samuel. You must be hungry now. I suggest you get a liter inside you. We have a big night tomorrow.
Alright.
How much is a liter?
Just get enough to drink, Samuel. We will not be able to work if you are hungry or tired. Now, please excuse me. I do have a date with Crimson tonight. I suspect I shall not return until nearly morning.
Alright.
Oh, yeah, of course. I hope you have a nice night out, Mr. Andy.
You as well, Samuel. Rest in peace. Ah, Samuel, glad to see you are awake. Your first client is on his way.
Oh, we are already in the next day. Okay. April 12th, 2024. I learned some more therapy stuff today. Figure I've been doing a lot of this, disqualifying the positive thing. I feel like I've gotta be humble after the shit I pulled back when I was the bastard. But maybe that's just the shame talking. And Andy says I'm ready to start seeing clients, now that I've got my head wrapped around this whole cognitive distortion thing. I can't believe it is all happening so fast. Went for a nice walk exploring Leipzig. There's a music school here, and the kids are always performing stuff. I tried asking for Oh Susanna, but kids today don't appreciate good music. Dang kids, with their CD-ROM music, the wax cylinder was fine. Ah, the wax cylinder. That's the thing we used to have before LPs. It's basically the same technology, but it's a cylinder instead of a plate. Alrighty. So, we have our first client to see.
What, already? Look, Mr. Andy, sir, are you sure I'm ready for this? These are people's brains I'm messing with.
Fear not, my friend. You are a powerful vampire in your own right. To be so young and have so much empathy is quite a gift.
Yep. You would be surprised how many players of TTRPGs they disregard soft skills. I gotta have arms, I gotta have guns, I gotta have this. Yeah, but how good are you at listening to people?
All you need to do is listen, and I know the truth will reveal itself to you.
You see? You see? Listening to people.
Shucks, wish I had your confidence.
Yep.
Well, to a limited extent, I can see the future. If you are about to misinterpret a client's distortions, I will set you back on the right path.
Well, so we are still in the tutorial zone. Okay. But actually, talking about the listening to people, if you ever go and want to play any kind of investigator, you have to listen to people. You don't even have to talk to them, but you have to listen. I like to play those characters, be it LARP games, being RPGs, but yeah. Yeah. Listening is important. And also remembering, so you might want to take notes.
You can see the future.
Well, that's new.
It's not that impressive, really. You start to see the patterns after 1,000 years or so.
He's disqualifying it.
Well, dang. If seeing the future ain't impressive, that's gotta be a distortion. Disqualifying the positive, it's gotta be.
You barely require my aid as it is. If you need guidance, I will provide it to you telepathically. Don't think about it too much. When you are 3,000, such things will cease to impress you.
Alright. Oh, you had your day yesterday, not today.
Let us look at your first client's case file.
Dr. Drayne, huh? You ain't got no first name?
Okay, client record. Name, Dr. Drayne. Age, 430. Gender, male. Origin, English. Intake information. Dr. Drayne is a class of 1614 graduate of the Royal College of Physicians. He has been studying the nature of blood for the last several centuries. Became a vampire after a post-mortem blood transfusion experiment. Now runs a global pharmaceutical research company. Oh. The font is really broken up. He's now concerned that he has developed an addiction to a drug of his own formulation. Suggestion. Detect strong Suggestion detected strong irritability on the phone. Investigate Drayne's drinking and sleeping habits. Alright. Drayne. Are all of these vampires basically very, very old? This would be elder level already.
Many vampires go by one name. Families and titles seem to become more abstract after a certain age.
Oh, when we have notes. Ah, and it's here. And a bit. It's better readable next time we are reading it from the journal.
Huh. So is it funny that he kept the title?
Indeed, you catch on quickly, despite your habit of disqualifying the positive.
Alrighty.
I will let you work now. I shall be meditating in my coffin, but I will sense when you need my help.
But
Samuel, I know you can handle this. Be yourself, and all will be well.
Satan bless it all, I hate flying!
Okay. Oh,
Hey there. God's blood, what on earth are you?
a cowboy.
My name's Sam. I'm the new therapist. Make yourself comfortable, Dr. Drayne.
Okay.
And American as well. Good God. It's not enough for you lot to take over the world of the living. Even the halls of the dead aren't safe from you.
Oh, that's a tad racist.
Oh well. I suppose your lot are all into this touchy-feely stuff, aren't you?
Oh, yeah. For all of you non-Europeans, racism has different connotations, I guess. Touchy-feely stuff, aren't you? Well, huh.
And ignorance, even American ignorance, is bliss, I suppose. Oh, sweet ignorance, how I do wish I knew thee.
Yep. Let him talk, Sam. Let him talk.
Damn it, how am I gonna work with this fella? I gotta ask Annie.
Ah, come on, you can ask me.
Are you all right, Samuel?
Hologram.
You gave me this fella as my first client?
Yeah, he's easy, come on. Just let him talk.
Why not? He is clearly hiding very little about his state of mind.
Yep.
How am I supposed to help him when he already sees me as the bad guy?
Use your instincts, Samuel. Think about how you have felt in your darkest hours. What does this poor vampire want?
He wants to complain.
I think he just wants to complain.
Perceptive, Samuel. He can hardly stop himself, can he?
So, what? I just let him complain?
Of course. Just give him a starting point to let it all out. It will make him feel better.
That's true.
Well, if you say so.
Don't worry, Samuel. You are doing wonderfully. I will release your time now.
No, he stops time and everything. True Bruja vibes. But that's very, very rare.
Well, are you just going to sit there? I was just gonna ask how your trip here was.
Ah, first complaint was the trip. Let's go with the trip. That's a good plan. Good plan.
My trip? My trip was bloody wonderful. Until my familiar got a flat tire and I had to fly 30 kilometers here as a bat.
Familiar. Alright. I guess that's like a ghoul in VtM lore, so some kind of helper or retainer.
I hate being a bat and I hate flying. Do you know an owl tried to eat me?
Oh,
Me, a creature that has lived for centuries, treated like common prey.
well.
I'm surprised he was even interested. You should see what an ugly little beastie I am when I transform. All I could do was screech and squeak until he went away. Well, I suppose I'm alive, in a manner of speaking anyway.
Nothing is ideal.
You all right there, pal? Yes, I'm fine. Well, I'm not, of course. I wouldn't be here otherwise. But for the sake of conversational integrity, fine. I take it you read my case file and know why I'm here?
Oh boy. He was going through a breakup. His horse died. He has an addiction. I really want to see what happens when his horse died. Yeah, yeah.
Your horse died. My horse? Do I look like a horse person?
Yes,
Do I look like the kind to strap on a helmet and go for a nice, invigorating ride?
yes.
Perhaps you mistook me for a polo player, someone for whom sport is of great import. I don't even like horses. Horses can be real special. Sometimes there's great beauty in seeing a shamelessly honest soul. That is exactly the sort of thing a horse person might say, which I am not.
Okay, okay. This was wonderful, but I don't want to anger him further because this is bringing us nowhere closer to our solution.
You're here for an addiction problem. Yes. Embarrassing, isn't it? What's to be embarrassed about? I remember when Ulysses S. Grant was president. Didn't seem to bother him. Oh, well, of course. How wonderful it is that I share the mental failings of people who only live a single lifetime.
Well, you're still a person.
Hey, come on now. There's a part of us that's still mortal. Can't help that, just like we can't help being dead.
Exactly.
So I'm discovering. Look, I just need some tips and I'll be on my way. Just give me all the tricks, whatever one does to make addictions go away.
Oh. I think we have bad news for you, Dr. Drayne.
Tips? Let me think.
Oh, mild addiction. No, 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 no. Something tasty. Nah. A hug. Yeah, a hug can be nice for a few. But he wanted a reality check. I'm sorry, he wanted a reality check.
Partner, there ain't no tips that'll magically cure you, but I'm here to listen. You know, I never in my life thought anyone would ever call me partner. Like partner, but not with a T. And I know how you English love your tea. Thank goodness we can still process tea. We cannot live on blood alone.
I can process tea. Oh, that's actually quite cool. Yeah, you're expecting a VtM comparison, aren't you? VtM comparison is very simple. You need very high humanity or special talents to be able to process tea.
I appreciate the concern, though. I must admit, I rather saw myself above this whole addiction thing.
That's not how addictions work.
I tell you what, let's not worry about being above or below anything. You're here now, so let's see what we can do. What exactly are you addicted to?
Good question.
It's a form of plasma, a catalytic compound of my own design, a necessary component of my own scientific goals.
Alright. Interesting, interesting.
You're losing me. Well, let me try to make it simple. I have been able to replicate and even alter the molecular patterns that vampiric erythrocyte surface receptors receive.
Alright. I have no idea.
Our unique physiology gives us an increased ligand affinity, which is how we are able to process blood the way that we do.
Ah. You made fake blood.
I can extend this receptivity and thus achieve my true goal: synthetic blood, freedom from the hunger that plagues us, and hope for all humanity.
Alright.
Well, dang, that sounds pretty impressive, Doc. Well, it doesn't work without a vampiric catalyst, and that is the plasma I am addicted to.
Oh, so only the plasma, alright.
Pathetic, isn't it? I have spent 400 years trying to steal the secret of blood, only to be engulfed by it, like Prometheus walking into a fireplace.
It's literally what that tale is about.
Pathetic? Doc, where the heck would you get a word like that? You've come up with a synthetic blood. Man, I can barely get my spurs on some mornings. Maybe you've had a setback or two, but give yourself a little credit, compadre. Credit? For wasting 400 years? Practically speaking, I'm in the same place as I was back when King James was in power. Only now I have a drug problem.
You cannot just click it anytime, okay.
Perhaps I must face facts. My professor was right. Nothing we ever do will make a damned bit of difference.
Samuel, listen to him. Do you recognize his patterns of thought?
Yes. The game doesn't allow me to click it.
There's some distortions in there, ain't there?
I knew you would sense them. Invite him to talk more about this failure of his.
I'll do my best. Now hold on just a minute there, cowpoke. I've heard you talk a lot about failure. But it sure sounds to me like you ain't thinking clearly if you think you're a failure. I am a realist, that's all.
You're a pessimist. I know. I, also call myself a realist then.
Look at me. 400 years of study and still dabbling with leukocytes.
Disqualifying the positive.
I don't know many people who would call working with leukocytes dabbling. I mean, I gotta admit, I have no earthly clue what you're talking about. So unless you made up all them science terms, I think you might be doing more than playing with a chemistry set.
Yep.
Perhaps, but if we consider all there is to know about blood, I know precious little. But you know something. Yes, I concede I might know something about blood. I would hope so after 400 years. You still got more knowledge about blood than most, whether it's been 4 years or 400 years, amigo. Let's get back to what you were saying, though. I'm saying I am surely the oldest, most well-studied doctor in the world. I should have achieved more than this.
Should statement.
Well, who said you should have achieved more? Isn't it obvious? I should have something to show for 400 years of work. And what happens if you don't?
Exactly.
Absolutely nothing at all. Well, that's my point. That is not as encouraging as you think it is. Ain't meant to be encouraging, just showing you a little reality.
Yep.
Well, it's all my fault, really. I cannot seem to motivate my scientists to reach the necessary level of dedication. It's always shocking to me how little urgency mortals have around death.
Control?
So it's all your fault that you haven't come up with the perfect synthetic blood. It can't be anyone else's fault. Only I have the skill, the knowledge, and the experience. Pardon me for saying so, Doc, but it sounds like what you're doing is pretty dang complicated.
Yes.
It sounds to me like you're some kind of god if you expect control over life itself. Please, I am a scientist, not a spiritualist. It is not control I seek, but understanding.
Yeah, that's blood magic. Calls himself a scientist. Dr. Drayne, I think we found your clan. You will be Tremere.
And are you ever gonna have perfect understanding? No, of course not. I'm not a wizard.
The Tremere are the blood wizards. FYI.
So how about not putting saving the world on one person, Doc? That is a simplification, but I take your point. As I was saying, now that I'm addicted to my own drug, I have joined the ranks of mortal celebrities in my utter irrelevance.
Labeling.
Now, why would you go and label yourself irrelevant? What else do you call a man who has nothing to show after 400 years? I reckon I'd call him by his given name. Slapping a label on yourself don't do nothing but weigh you down.
That's true.
Oh, well played, cowpoke. Perhaps I am being a little dramatic.
Yes.
Yes, I'm aware that in reality progress has been made, enough to get to this point. But I didn't come here to ask for a pat on the back and to be told I'm a good boy.
Then why are you in therapy?
That ain't my department, but I hear they do some of that stuff downstairs.
Oh, sorry.
Yes, we all know very well that the Continentals are more sexually liberated than we are. But as I say, I don't want all this therapy stuff. I just want to stop using this damn drug.
Sam, tell him already.
So what's so good about this stuff anyway? Why do you like it?
Yep.
I'm not certain. I don't remember what happens after I take it, but I wake up feeling, how do I put this, alive.
Just sell that drug. Come on, this is the go-to problem all vampires have, and you have a solution, which is addictive.
Well, that don't sound so bad. A good nap can make me feel like a new man. I'm not talking about feeling refreshed. I mean I feel alive. As if I'm someone else. Someone who lives.
Damn.
And I wake up and find, oh gracious me, I am not depressed.
I am looking for therapies for depression. Get yourself together, Mr. Drayne.
You mean to tell me that you're going to sleep depressed every night? Oh, nothing of the sort. Oh well, I'm glad to hear that. You are assuming that I can simply go to sleep and my global scientific enterprise will run itself. Oh wait just a gosh darn minute. You're telling me you don't sleep?
Sometimes I feel we should have a camera on. Then again, I don't like... Whenever I watch a playthrough, I hate having a big old camera with the player's face there. But yeah, my eyes went big.
Yes, it's not as though we can get much deader already, and I have work to do.
But you can do work if you're...
So you're not sleeping, and you're always depressed. I think we're starting to get somewhere.
Yeah.
Oh, don't be such a bumpkin. If you are a sapient individual, aware of the world around you, depression is the only sensible reaction. It has nothing to do with sleep.
What's for thinking? I'm thinking.
Come on now, it's a big world out there, and different things are depressing to different people.
Yes.
Everyone reacts to things differently. Ain't it true that a sensible person, as you call them, might even be a different degree of depressed? Very well, I suppose I might have been using a bit of mild hyperbole.
Mild.
Mild is putting it mildly, buckaroo.
Yeah.
Buckaroo? Now I'm even more depressed.
Oh, come on, Buckaroo Drayne.
Regardless, I didn't come here to be a whiner. Oh, boo-hoo, on life is hard. Yes, we all know it's hard.
Which one is this? Oh, there is no control fallacy here. Labeling because... No, he's disqualifying the positive. He went to try it. That's a good thing.
Dr. Drayne is calling himself a whiner for being sad. If he is trying to bully himself into being happy, he has clearly met with minimal success.
Ah, sorry.
Regardless, I didn't come here to be a whiner. Oh, boo-hoo, on life is hard. Yes, we all know it's hard. Now, why'd you say coming and talking to me makes you a whiner? Is that not what I currently am?
No, you're somebody who's getting help.
Sounds to me like you're expressing yourself. Whiner is the word you used. Yeah, if you want to call it whining, that's up to you. But that's entirely your label. Oh, very well, call it moaning or whinging if you prefer. Moaning, whinging, bellyaching, still all just labels. I don't believe I shall be using the term bellyaching in any case.
Not yet.
But as I was saying, in the moments I wake up, I feel free. I suppose it must be what being an ignoramus feels like.
Ignoramus, and that's another label.
You honestly think feeling good makes you an ignoramus? The phrase ignorance is bliss is most apt, don't you think?
In your case, no.
But by calling yourself an ignoramus, you're making bliss something to be avoided.
Exactly.
Yes, unfortunate how that works, isn't it? The only way to be happy is by being a fool. Partner, those are your labels. Try using something more positive and see how you feel. What, shall I say that by being ignorant, I am a noble genius? Still just labels.
Yep.
Oh, very well. I suppose I might be discounting my experience. I don't know how to say this, amigo. You really don't like letting yourself be happy. Honestly, I'm failing to see the problem with taking this stuff. Seems like it's making you get the rest you need and it makes you feel good. What's the problem?
Exactly.
First of all, I do not need to rest. And partaking of this plasma does have downsides.
Like?
What kind of downsides? I do not know what happens when I partake of the substance. However, when I wake up, I feel refreshed. But I also smell of blood and sex.
Oh no, you had a good time. This is such a Tremere problem to have. I do like the clan, but I also do hate the clan at the same time.
Once I even woke up wearing a football jersey. It was most distasteful.
Oh, come on.
I guess you must be having some kind of good time. That is not my idea of a good time.
You need to loosen up, but that's what you're taking drugs for.
I'm Dr. Drayne. I am intelligent and worldly, not some ill-bred monster. I don't go gallivanting into godforsaken places to engage in depraved coitus and the consumption of dirty blood.
Why not?
It sounds to me like you're real good at denying yourself things.
Yes.
Well, I should be better at it. You know, Doc, a wise old vampire recently told me something I'm about to tell you.
You tell him, Sam.
You keep talking about the things you should be doing. You, compadre, are shoulding all over yourself.
Oh boy. It has been a long time since I laughed at a pun. This is refreshing.
Oh, well, that is vivid, isn't it? I can now add incontinence to my already considerable list of faults. I'm being serious. I'm listening to you tell me I should be doing this, and I shouldn't be doing that. But who gave you all them shoulds and shouldn'ts? I don't know. It shouldn't matter, should it? I've been dead for over 400 years.
Well,
It's the oldest stuff that sticks with us, amigo. We all got traumas. Heck, we're dead men. That's traumatic no matter what. What we gotta start with is you. You've been through a lot. Don't rope yourself up so tight. Listen, we're doing good work already, I know it. Now, let's not push too hard. I would really like you to think about where all them shoulds are coming from before we meet again.
so he's getting eine kleine Hausaufgabe.
And be good to yourself, alright, partner? Don't feel like you gotta go cold turkey on that plasma stuff.
Yep.
Yes, well, all the same, I'd rather not do it at all. Is that actually gonna happen, though? It might.
It won't.
You're dipping into it tonight, aren't you? I was thinking about it.
Yep.
All right, partner. Just give yourself a little compassion. That's all I'm asking. I'll admit, you've given me some things to think about. Not pleasant ones, mind. You can handle it, partner. You're way smarter than I am.
Seems so, yet also not seeing what's in the mirror.
Yes, well, that is certainly true. Very well. I shall do some reflecting, inasmuch as our kind can reflect.
So, you all have the La Sombra mirror issues. Okay, okay.
I shall see you in precisely 4 weeks, then. Farewell, Sam.
4 weeks between therapies. Oh, well, okay.
Masterfully done, Samuel. I knew you would do well, but that doesn't make me any less pleased.
Well, that was a hell of a rush. That fella's holding on tighter than a holster to a gunslinger's hip. It felt real good to help him look at himself a little more kindly.
Good, Samuel. Treasure this feeling. But also rest. Go downstairs, get something to drink, relax in your coffin.
Important steps.
Next week you shall see a new client. I think they will be an interesting challenge for you.
Okay. And this is where we're going to make a break. Now let's put it to number 2. Because honestly, yeah, I'm enjoying this game a lot, and I hope you are enjoying yourselves here with me. So, all in all, please subscribe, follow up, leave a comment on what I should talk more about, or maybe if I should make more mistakes, because so far it's been going so very well. And yeah, that was about it. My name has been Dogino or Shimon, and I hope you do enjoy games as much as I do. This has been Vampire Therapist Part 2, and I will be signing out. Thank you very much for spending your time here with me. Goodbye.